So, good day, everyone. I'm your teacher, Des, and today I'm going to present to you my final requirement. So, our final requirement is we're going to analyze a literary text or literary piece by using three or more theory. So, the literary piece that I pick is Still I Rise. And the theory that I pick or choose is the free theory that I pick or choose is the new historian, feminist, and masculinist. So without further ado, let's get started. Are you ready, class? Okay, very good. So let's get started. So the piece is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. So here's the piece, Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. So let's read it first, class. So, okay, one, two, three, go. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may shoot me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I got oil wheels, pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you once see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines, digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the hearts of history shame I rise. Up from a past that rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean. I'm a black ocean, brother, leaping and wide, welling and swilling I bear in the tide. Living behind nights of terror and fear, until daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Okay, what a wonderful piece by Maya Angelou. Right, guys? So, let's go with the first theory that I use, which is the new historian. So, let's start with the date and place of publication. So, date and place of publication, Still I Rise is authored by Maya Angelou's third volume poetry published by Random House in 1978. So the Still I Rise by Maya Angelou was published by Random House. So Still I Rise was published during one of the most productive period of Angelou's career. So next is the background of the writer. So Maya Angelou is a poet, dancer, singer, activist, and scholar. Maya Angelou was a world famous author. She was best known for her unique and pioneering autobiographical writing style. On April 4, 1928, Margaret Ann Johnson, known to the world as Maya Angelou, was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Due to her parents' tumultuous marriage and subsequent divorce, Angela went to live with her paternal grandmother in Stamps, Arkansas. At an early age, her older brother Bailey gave Angela her nickname, Maya. So Maya Angelou original name is Margaret Ann Johnson. Maya Angelou grown up by her grandparents because her parents were separated. So that's the background of our writer. So do you understand, class? Okay, very good. So the next is the background of the literary text. Maya Angelou lived through some of the worst oppression and inequality for African American people. Although slavery had been long abolished, Angelou saw its effects on society and the African American people. Still I Rise is her declaration that she, for one, would not allow the hatefulness of society to determine her own success. The poem Still I Rise is not only a proclamation of her own determination to rise above society, but was also a call to others to live above the society in which they were brought up. So here, class, the background of the literary text, Still I Rise is primarily about self-respect and confidence. So as we can see in the stanzas and the lines of her poem, it shows confidence talaga. Because of the words Still I Rise, mga ganon. In the poem, Angelo reveals how she will overcome anything through her self-esteem. She shows how nothing can get her down. She will rise to any occasion and nothing, not even her skin color rather, will hold her back. So another, Still I Rise is about civil rights, the assertion of dignity, the power of resilience and oppression. Angela wrote this poem in the late 1970s during the post-civil rights movement era, and the Black feminist movement was also gaining strength at this time. This is what fueled her to write along with the death of Martin Luther King Jr. She uses her words to state people should overcome oppression, and it resonates with so many people even today. So that's all about the new historian. So let's move on to the next theory that I use. Are you ready? Okay, very good. So the next theory that I use is the feminist theory. So the title of the poem Still Arise alludes to Angelou's African American origin and her female identity. She even calls herself a black ocean, which highlights her pride and being black rather. She accepts her skin colors and shows that it cannot hold her back. So this poem is a good example of how weight, skin color, race, and other physical attributes cannot stop a person from achieving their dreams. So Still I Rise considered as feminist because it shows empowerment not just for women but for all people. As we go back to her poem, each stanzas consists of being confident. It shows bravery and an undefeated person, despite of whatever our race, gender, status of life, or our skin colors, it will not define who we really are. And Still I Rise reminds us that whatever the discrimination or whatever other people will say, just let them, yung sinasabi nila dito na kahit ano pa yung itapon yung mga masasakit na salita, I still rise and be who I am. So class, we must always need to remember or bear in our minds that we are all beautiful and special. We don't need to change who we really are just to be liked or loved by many because that made us exceptional. Our peculiarities, our differences made us special. We must always remember that, okay? Understand? Okay, very good. So the last theory that I use is the masculinist theory. So when Angela was 8 and briefly living with Baxter in St. Louis, her mother's boyfriend raped Angelo. So here, maybe, ano siya, parang confusing siya. Bakit siya naging masculinist? So I consider this as a masculinist class because the poem Still I Rise was written because of the experiences of the author, which is Maya Angelou. So it shows in some lines or stanzas of the poem that she is molested by her stepdad. So yung kwento dito is nag-separate or nag-divorce yung mother and father, yung real mother and father ni Maya Angelou. And her mother married again, and her husband, um, yun yung nag-rape kay Maya Angelou. So as we can see in each poem or each stanzas of the poem, meron parang guilt, meron parang hinanakit na parang inalipusta siya, parang ganon yung sense ng kanyang poem. So dito, kaya nga na-rape siya ng kanyang stepdad. And because of the trauma, syempre sinabi ni Maya Angelou nagsumbong siya, and because of that, yung stepdad niya or yung asawa na bago ng kanyang nanay is was murdered by her uncles kasi nga sobrang galit nila dun sa stepfather niya. So ganun yung Still Arise. So I hope you understand, class. Okay, very good. So that's all for today because we're running out of time. You must review all what I've said kasi lalabas ito sa exam, okay? Okay, very good. Okay, goodbye, class. Have a nice day.